Are you into Bebo?
Keep telling people you have anxiety issues. It's a lie. You are just wicked and mad.
Look, you've done BBL and we're all happy for you. Carry your new bum and go outside.
This is the podcast for you.
I'm not poor. Are you sure? It's because they are vaping. Now everybody's marrying on time.
At your big age.
Wait now. Do you know that I don't have clean pants to wear tomorrow?
I said what I said. The Unsolicited Opinions podcast starts now.
Please, this is a public place.
Hi, I am Kehinde Bankole, and I'm on the I Said What I Said. Oh, that sounds good. I Said What I Said podcast in conjunction with Facebook for the Africa Day, made by Africa, loved by the world. I just stepped in from Ibadan. We are filming on a set. The project is called Silkworm. Of course, when it's out in the cinemas, go out there, support us. Of course, it's Africa to the world, and we need you to make that happen. Love you.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello all.
Greetings to you all. We come to you with a special one today.
Exactly.
The special one, just something sweet, something exciting. So please, we have a stunning guest here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Kehinde Bankole. I am Nigerian. I'm African, proudly African. I am an actress, an entrepreneur, and a global citizen generally, but proudly African actually.
Welcome.
Love that.
Thank you.
Welcome. How are you?
This morning I feel fresh. I feel energetic, happy. I'm excited.
That's good. Have you been busy recently working?
What
Always working.
What did you get up to this weekend?
This weekend,
Or last weekend?
Past weekend.
Last weekend. Number one, I've lost the count of days. Sometimes you don't even know whether it's a weekday or a weekend. You have to ask, is it Monday or Tuesday? We've been having a lot of overnight filming.
Oh, you're on set.
We've been shooting like overnights in Ibadan. Ibadan is one of the most populated cities in Nigeria. So it's beautiful. You get tired, of course, when you're working, but the energy that you get from the environment alone helps you. Ibadan it's vibrant. It has a different life of its own. Plus a special thing, you know. If you know it, you know it.
Hey, you guys
it's
know
black
my
and it has some green stuff going on around it. So we've been encouraged by the amala in the city. So if you're tired, just go for some hot amala and your energy is going to come back up.
No worry, listeners here know my history with Ibadan.
We
I'll
went
leave
to
that
secondary
for
school
now.
in Ibadan for like 2 years. No, it wasn't a fun experience. No.
We didn't have all this. We didn't see the beautiful environment. What we saw was something else. But off Ibadan, I suppose. Lovely. So you've been shooting since then.
Yes.
Do you when you're on set, you're just focused. You don't take breaks. You're not. You don't have weekend.
No, you hardly even have your night. Sometimes you have to quickly raise your armpit and check if you shaved. Remember to shave is that bad. Like it's a role once you get on, because they are aiming towards finishing and letting everyone go. So it's like,
what do you do? Like do you have a routine for like when you come off set?
Yes.
Before the next thing.
So when I come off set, I don't want to hear anything. Film. I don't want to hear anything about what I just finished. I want to detox. So I will do lots of binge watching of movies. I will do spa. I will spend a lot of time at home. I will cook. I like cooking. It's like some kind of, like if I want to space out and just be out of myself, I do a lot of cooking, just be washing, cutting things, you'll be meditating and you'll be doing things, that kind of thing. I'm the home girl. Like I love that home. I'm like a working housewife. Kind of. Like if you leave me, I love it. If you leave me alone, I'll just be at home. But I'll be busy, but like don't bring me out, kind of. Yeah, kind.
Oh, that's nice. Lovely.
I also like to rest, but cooking is not restful for me at all.
What? So what makes you rest?
I don't do it.
Spending money.
Outside. I love home, but I love home as like a conduit for going back out there. What I love is coming back home from a fulfilling day outside. That's my favorite thing, where I'm like, now I'm at home after playing outside.
Then you unwind.
Yeah, now I appreciate the home for what it is.
But you recharge and get back outside.
No, that's it immediately.
She's an outside babe. I like reading a lot.
Reading.
Jola presents as if she reads at home. There's no club or anywhere. Like we've not been anywhere that she hasn't brought her Kindle.
It's here.
And is like prepared to start reading it in the social gathering.
It doesn't matter.
like, what's a wedding now? What was it?
I even have the app on my phone now.
So, you know, we go through our phones a lot. We scroll, everybody so maybe that's what you be doing.
And it's better. So that's the thing. I'm trying to fix my attention span. So is it not better to be reading books?
In a social setting, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we are literally, there's 100 people here. Everybody is just saying, why is your Kindle out?
Surely if nobody's talking to me, that tells me something.
Okay, but if we're at a party, someone's birthday, there's jollification going on.
Exactly.
So do you do the jollification for a while, then switch off, or you don't at all?
I'm going in and out. Be like that. But because of the life of the party, they miss me too much. They won't even allow me rest.
Oh, my sis.
They won't even allow me rest.
But
5 minutes break.
You started the conversation. It means you always miss her.
No, it's just because it's just so bizarre. I'm the sort of person that if I'm having fun, it's actually very important for me for everybody to be having fun as well. I don't like to look around.
I would gauge if I believe.
I'm telling you, I don't like to look around and be seeing people on their Kindle. What was inside the book?
You will not like me. I sleep in the club.
Good.
VIP, just don't look there. Just look somewhere else. I find once we walk in, I look for the wall. That place is for support. Then from there, I'll then wear glasses.
It's not so
It's
loud.
over. Once I wear the glasses,
oh my
I'm gone.
goodness. Anyway, so this is how it is. Okay.
So the normal format of how we have our show is people write in.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, we give them very sage advice, I must say. I'm always surprised when people listen to what we say. Like with the last episode, we had somebody who was married right back into us. And we told her, sis, it's sounding like you have to.
So she had written to us first. And the marriage wasn't going well.
So we were like,
avoiding talking to her husband about it.
So we told her to go and talk to him, and then she would know. And then she wrote us back that, I'm trying to talk to him. Nothing is happening here. The thing is over. I said, Jesus is Lord. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
She listened to you.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the issue. So that now, when her family members are asking her, where did she get such an idea?
I don't think so.
I mean, to be fair, she did the right thing. It's just a shame that, like, when she spoke to him, her fear was confirmed that he's not interested in the marriage anymore.
Gosh, he didn't even bother answering. I just left the house for 3 days.
Yeah, like right now, I don't even know what to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That was exactly.
But I actually bumped into people, and they're like, "Oh, we said," and I'm like, you guys, this is.
But
tough.
can I say something that will give you? I know you know, and I'll just add to that fact that will give you peace and very high comfortability in what you said to people, what you're saying. Someone will not listen to what you have to say and take action on it if they've also not secretly agreed to that thing. If they've also not been looking for someone to tell them that thing. I've seen people who've been in maybe relationships or situations where it's really bad, and you will talk to them for 20 years, they won't listen. But the month, the week, the day they're ready to listen, whoever now talks to them at that time
is now
seems
like
to be the one that's the bad person. But don't worry. If they were on their way out before, they were on their way out.
I actually find that, I think the time that most people consider writing here is when they're at the door. I already know what I want to do. I don't want to talk to anybody in my life. I just need someone to just give
someone outside.
Just say, don't worry, you're right. And then just go ahead. Most people, I'm like, in this thing you've written, what you want to do, you're going to do.
Exactly.
But you just, looking
maybe
for,
need a boost of confidence.
Yeah, looking for support in the matter. So we'll do one or two of those. Okay, so today we're coming together ahead of Africa Day. This is a special Facebook episode. And the theme this year is Made by Africa, Loved by the World. So we're going to come back to that very, very soon. After we have helped our fellow Africans. All right.
Do you want to read number 486? I think that's a good number.
Let's see. Okay, sure.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
There
are issues.
Yes. There are so many issues, actually. Okay. Hi, Ake Angela. I really enjoy your podcast and the conversations you create around relationships. I'm 31 years old and I've been single since 2020. I was previously engaged, but we ended things because my former partner wasn't transparent about his finances. My family has experienced several setbacks linked to similar patterns of secrecy, so financial responsibility and openness are very important to me. I met someone in September 2025. He's kind, caring, and generally a good person. However, I've noticed that I seem to be doing most of the planning and spending in the relationship. He rarely takes initiative financially, and it has made me wonder whether I'm being too forward by always settling bills or if he simply isn't financially stable. For context, he's a colleague at work, recently graduated and new to Lagos. Am I overthinking this situation, or should I consciously step back and allow him more room to show up? I'm also worried about the possibility of being a placeholder while he finds his footing in Lagos and eventually meets someone who fits his ideal preferences. I'd really appreciate your perspective on this.
What do you think?
First off, I think she already answered all her own questions in the write-up she sent. Exactly. She knows what her situation is exactly. So what she's asking you, if I would advise her, is what is the situation? There's no, do you think, as she said it, is what it is exactly. The only difference might be that because she didn't say the kind of job she does, because she didn't hint how much she earns, it's possible that the person genuinely has good intentions, but just can't afford it. So in that case, I would just advise she should step back slightly from not from the relationship, but from the financial aspects of the relationship, avoiding things that would have to have them pay bills together, do things together. Leave him to do what he can afford. For instance, don't be the one to suggest the restaurant. Don't be the one to say, oh, can we take a trip to Maldives? Just do just step back and let him take the lead. Secondly, if she now feels, based on the one she said, she's thinking it might be using her to find his footing in the city. If she feels that way about it, she might be jumping into conclusions. But if she's the only one knowing what she's saying. If she feels strongly about that, then she should change where she's picking her dates from. Go to the business class lounge of an airport. Just change the set, change your gym from the local one by you and go to the gym close to blocks of different offices, gyms that are located in corporate environments where you can see other people who are like-minded or who are, around the gauge of your pocket. But I would still advise above all, she should just patiently observe things.
I mean, this is, do you know what? This
Such
is
a lovely
and generous take, because what I was going to say is that man is a thief and a greedy goat. Because what is happening here, sir?
Yeah, I think because she likes him, she's making a lot of excuses.
For me, the thing is not actually not being able to afford. What she said that was the glaring red banner above this relationship is that he doesn't take initiative. So if it was that, I can't afford this, but there's a thing of people trying where it's like, I can't afford this, but this is the one I can afford. And so I'm going to try with that. When you're the one always saying, always doing, always paying, and him is smiling there, having a wonderful time, eating parfait, I'm sure. She said she's sure. Yes, I'm sure that man even has preferences on the pizza he wants to order. I know.
No, he doesn't want to order.
I know that she knows.
On the pizza she wants to order.
She's on the phone somewhere saying, oh no, he doesn't like too much pepper. My sister.
Oh my goodness.
Listen to me. Look, that's one advice that you gave her. She should carry. Me, I think, carry on, finish all your money. When you finish your money, you will know.
You will rest.
I think this path they are going on, it's a good one.
Yeah, see it to the end.
See it, in fact, the very end. Why not buy him a car? Let him settle. Why not rent a bad apartment? Is everybody so serious?
I want to introduce you to something that every Nigerian woman should have in her vocabulary and not be afraid to use, which is the phrase, so what will you now do?
Kilamashibai. You need to be so familiar with that. And you can also add a bit of, wow, that's crazy.
Because I think there's an urge to jump in, to prove sometimes there's some sort of like teaching or stuff you hear.
One of those girls now.
You hear about being a woman that shows that you're useful, you're capable, you're not here for money, you're here to support, you're the neck, you're you're the one turning the head, you're the one that you're not here for money, you're up and doing.
This is one of
you're
those,
a problem solver.
The kind of woman you are encourages him to be the kind of man you want him to be. I pity you.
Yeah, I think sometimes if you might have an instinct that's not generous, but when it's a repeated pattern, you have to accept it for what it is. Yeah. So if maybe the first time you did something, you expected him to take initiative and he didn't, that's an ungenerous thing to do. Like, why didn't he do this the first time? By the time it's become a pattern of behavior, you're no longer, if you don't recognize it for what it is, you're gaslighting yourself.
I think so.
Just because you want to stay in a relationship.
Should probably first have a conversation and just be like, listen,
where is that?
Yeah, like, I don't like that you don't. And from that, I think you will have the reaction. And also, please, what can this say? Step back immediately. If possible, get down, but try. But you could also try stepping back. That's also
you can start there.
That's also a light one because your colleagues, that means two of you even know which salary band.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just...
And for her to be complaining, it means she thinks she should be able to afford it. But we don't know.
We don't know, but I think she knows what... If you have a colleague in an office, you know kind of the general range of what they may be earning. And so I don't think it's... And even this, he's new to Lagos. What does being new to Lagos have with someone just being generous with like their money? Also, since September, why mail? Why mail? That's how long that you people have been at this thing. You know? So in how many months you do 1 year?
Yeah.
And you still pay for that anniversary.
Okay. Up next, we have a reluctantly jealous babe who says, "Hi, ladies and Kehinde. I recently rewatched your episode with Candice, which was very brilliant. And I got to the part where you said jealousy can help you identify what you want, but you have to be careful not to remain there. My dear sisters, you did not explain how to remain there, so I said I should come and ask. Context, I'm 30 and in many ways I have a fantastic life. I somehow got the most wonderful man in the world to fall in love with me. We are married and we have a little girl with one on the way. Right out of college, I landed a decent job that's flexible and it pays okay. We own our own home and are generally happy. But lately, I found myself feeling so jealous of some of my friends and others. After the episode, I really started thinking about things and I realized that somehow I feel a little left behind. Somewhere along the way, I stopped chasing my own dreams and striving for better in my career and finances. Basically anything outside the home. I got really comfortable and now I'm seeing the difference between myself and people who really kept striving. My friends who have been building are posting, I'm happy to announce every 2 days on LinkedIn. Now, so my company just made its first million, or I'm now the COO of this and that. Others are taking lots of trips, etc. Even my mom friends are able to afford to give their kids experiences that I can't without relying on my husband, and it makes me feel a little bad. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy spending my husband's money and he has never made me feel bad about it. But I wonder how much better off we could be if I was contributing more and whether or not I have actually been a good partner to him in that way. Sometimes it feels like I've let myself down and my family with all the effort they've put into my life and education. I'm trying to pull myself back up, but most of my plans can only be acted on once the baby comes out. Or yet, am I still making an excuse? In the meantime, I'm trying not to become bitter and I'm really struggling. I almost commented something quite nasty on an acquaintance's post the other day, but I caught myself and sent my bad mind feelings to my group chat instead. The point is, what can I do to make sure this feeling doesn't get the best of me? I really don't want to become a witch, but I feel like I'm on the way there. Please help. Kenny, what do you think?
She there's something at the tip of her. She wants to say.
No, it's fun. I just love self-awareness.
Yes.
Like I love people who know that. See if people don't advise me that.
She's asking for help. She's rich. She wants to. I think it's a sign that she has outgrown where she is. She has maxed that point.
Yeah.
And that restlessness is a good thing. It's just to tell you now you've finished up everything that's here that's special. You need to now move on to create something. And she might think she's selfish, but that spirit, if I may call it that, is a selfless thing.
Yep.
It's suggesting to you that you've used up things that others have given you. It's now time for you to start thinking of producing something to let others benefit from. It's just a restlessness in her soul. And I think it's going to be the one to motivate her and support her towards action. And when she starts getting tired along the way, because you see this ambition and these dreams that people come and talk about, they don't tell you all the hard work that's behind it, the times they've cried, times they've nearly lost their jobs, times they needed to make a choose between where family goes, where work goes, all the sacrifices. When she ever gets tired at such points, this will now be her reason for motivation. You see this powerful thing that she's going through now will now be the one, days when she's tired, to tell her, no, you can't stop.
Yeah.
This is the reason why you're trying to do this. And because the reason a lot of people stop along the way is that they never had a reason.
Yeah.
They just found themselves in opportunities. They found themselves in activities. So it feels like they're just, what's it called now?
You have stop with?
Yeah. Because there was no reason. But now she does have a genuine motivation to try and go out and do the right thing. And once she starts, the jealousy and all that, she'll be too busy even to notice other people.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good place to be if she actions it. The only problem will be if she sits on it.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think you just have to do something. Like and also don't even try, because you can't start today and then be posting that you made $1 million tomorrow. Just relax. You're having a baby. But I think you can start like taking little steps. Obviously now, I don't know how pregnant you are, but you can figure out what it is you want to do or what career you want to go back into. And if it's small, tiny things you can do, go and sign up for one of these random courses. Just take little steps so that you can start to feel like, okay, also it's not too late. Like it's just, you feel like you're behind because you can see what everybody is doing. But, everybody starts from somewhere. I think it's fine. A lot of people are looking at your own life. As well, and the fact that you're happy, you have it, your family, whatever, and
you own your home,
and thinking, when will I do all these things? So it's just a perspective issue, 100%. Honestly. It's just a perspective issue, but like you're not so far gone that it is impossible for you to get anywhere right now.
It's what Kehinde said about figuring out, using the restlessness as a motivator.
Rather than
because it's one thing to feel like others are doing things, but if you wake up and you've not made any actionable steps, you now move to feeling angry at yourself.
Yes.
Which is, before you are just like, won't it be nice to do this? Yeah. But if every day you're waking up and even just the simple act of putting pen to paper, what are all the possible things I can do?
Yeah.
What do I like to do? What's the gap between what I like to do and what I want to do and what I will do? The reality of sitting with your husband and being like, okay, I've had a really fantastic time so far. If I say I want to get back into the workforce or start building something,
what does that look like?
What does that look like for our family structure? Are we spending more money on daycare? Am I even just nesting and my hormones are projecting all sorts of emotions at the moment because I'm pregnant? The baby might come out and you just realize like, oh, that was it. I actually want to lie down.
Like, please. That's why I say just take baby steps, because as you start, you might be like,
who sent me?
I do not want to be a billionaire at all.
Yeah. Like, it's different things for different things.
So I think just try. Like, I think what is making you so upset is that restlessness, and it's because you've not done anything.
Yeah.
Just do the first thing that you can find to do. Have the conversation. Make a plan. Like, as in, be whining yourself. close things that are making you
that
feel.
Trigger your jealousy.
Honestly, you just have to close it for now.
Yeah.
Don't watch any video about, somebody, I just woke up yesterday, I just made 2 billion. Please. Because at the point where you're about to start commenting to insult people, you can't. Thank God for it that you have a group chat and you didn't actually post that, because that would have been highly embarrassing.
Awful.
I think you just need to take a step back, focus on other things, and maybe stop looking so externally at everything. Look, there's nothing wrong with you. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like this is normal. Honestly, this is normal stuff.
It is very
It's
normal.
actually very, very normal. I think it's fine.
To see people having like great achievements and think, wouldn't that be nice for me? Like, it's very, very
John and I
normal.
regularly send each other things that, so are we clown?
Yes.
What are we? You just see people like, not even doing podcasts, but just doing other things, and you just think, okay, but we're here laughing every time.
Like, this is really cool.
Meanwhile, our mates also laughing. They've just announced I said, are we all not together?
Yep.
You know, but it's like that. And that's just life. And it is for you it's motivation for you to be like, okay, you know what? What do I want to do about it? Or what do I want to do with my life? You know, so it's fine. I think if you have a good support system, you know, you said you married the best person in the world. Sounds like you have a good group chat. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay. You just have to.
Speaking of motivation, you've been in film, TV, acting, presenting, also for like a really long time, for over 20 years. And how did you start? And how are you, for lack of a better, how are you still here? Like, how do you stay motivated?
Yeah, but I found out not even the other day, not like because of this. I found out a while ago, because we're talking about like old TV shows. You're in Super Story?
Yes.
I said sorry, because they were just talking about like, you don't realize how many people were in that now. And I was like, no. I was
quite a number of people.
So how did you jump into film? And
so first off, I'll give credit to my parents for allowing us, we're 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls, allowing us to be free with finding ourselves. Family is quite important to them, and they really sacrificed a lot for us. And so in the course of all of that, if we come back and say, oh, I found this, I like to look into it, I like to pursue it, they will just be concerned with your safety, with, you know, but they would let you be free to find it. So I think that was the first start. So everything we ever did as kids was almost like gearing towards where we would like to go.
Okay.
Like if you're doing after school lesson, it's sort of like one way or the other has something to do with what you like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the church drama, then the church choir, everything was sort of like aligned. As long as it's part of what you're interested in, they'll let you go to the rehearsals. So it started in the Redeemed Church back then, drama. And I just saw that, I just was always into this thing.
You wear white gloves.
White gloves? No, I didn't do that one. You choreographed those
Because in me.
I might have. Let's think about it. I might have. Who knows? I might have. Because I was always eager to really be a part of a lot of stuff, but not much of the choir as much as the drama. Yeah. Yes. And then that was because, I don't know, when we were rehearsing then, I just would always not be as strong as I was with the acting, but music had a strong hold on me. In fact, I thought I was going to be a musician.
Really?
Yes. If not for this Simi and Tiwa Savage, that won't let me be great. Because like they went all out for,
I'm
like
sure
if you
that's
like
the sole reason that your music career. I'm sure if not for those,
if not for the 2 of them.
I'm so sure.
I'm just messing around. But I'm saying that they went all out. Like what's what doing at all is what doing well. Yeah. And you could see them really going out all out. And then I had another thing that was a distraction with me when it comes to music. My partner that I was in the duet thing we used to do together, she was...
Please, you have tracks?
Yes, we do. Even on Spotify.
Yes. Are you serious?
Yes, I think she uploaded some there. I have some. Yeah, I have some. So I was like, the most I could do was inspirational. She was gospel.
Yeah.
So we used to have that thing where she's singing and it's all worship and I'm like, let's slot some motivational words in there. So we had like differences that was very beautiful. Yeah. But we were young. We managed it as much as we could. Thanks to, he's late now. One of us had an uncle, Uncle Ade. That's his name now. Rachel was one that had Uncle Ade. So our group was 5. Eventually we became 2. And the 2 went on for many years.
Like this,
but we always had that
clash.
I wanted just inspirational. She wanted gospel. Currently, she's head of, she's in music in church system, Nkechi Ajayi, and her music is doing well. But for me, it was just always, can we just make it a little motivational? Yeah. And so I think that really distracted me. And then acting is very, very, it attaches to you. Mm-hmm. It's very possessive. Is that the word? It's some kind of like jealous career. You can't manage it easily with other things.
Right.
Yes. You notice for the J-Los of the world, the Rihannas of the world who've done a bit of movie.
Yeah.
Even J-Lo has gone quite into movies. Even Beyonce, you find that one will always be much stronger than the other. Mm-hmm. You hardly find anyone who has that.
Cool.
So I observed that and I was like, if I need to build this thing to be as strong as I want it to be, I need to back down from music and focus on acting. And that's how I started. So it was a mixture of encouragement from my family, support with these people that helped us to, like I mentioned their names, that helped us to start a group. And then me then deciding
on which path,
which do I want to choose. And since then, I started and I haven't looked back.
And so the theme for this year's, Facebook campaign for Africa Day is Made by Africa, Loved by the World. What does that, like, as someone who, now, unlike terrestrial TV, when we're watching you, it's not just us that is watching you. People in Kenya are watching you, people in South Africa are watching you, people in Ghana. And like TV has crossed, it's not country by country or cinema. So what does that kind of look like to you personally when you think about Made by Africa, Loved by the World and your global audience, global fans, all of that?
Made by Africa. I mean, that stands for everything I've been saying since. So I don't want to repeat myself. All the people that discovered me and discovered numerous other people created platforms for us to do our work and do our thing. But remember now, if we don't have the later part of this campaign, Loved by the World, if that didn't come in, whatever we're doing stays small. It's like a big fish in a very small pond. Yeah, you're there feeling fly. And you get to the
just in your neighborhood.
Yeah, you're feeling like a king and all that. And you're assessing yourself based on that. No, that's not what we have with the way Facebook, Instagram, the social media now is. And then there's this way where they even prompt you or tell you, if you put music, you'll be seen by non-followers. Yeah. So we're in everybody's faces. That's different. And it's encouraging. Yeah. You don't want to just do things in a mediocre level. Mm-hmm. You're now thinking global. You're thinking, okay, I could up this thing a notch. If you want to study, you will not just go to one drama school where everything ends within your... Yeah. You're thinking international. Mm-hmm. And the reason you're thinking international is you're proud of what you have. You want to export it. What's the best standard to bring it out? You go for that. So I think this Made by Africa, Loved by the World thing is very apt. It's my current experience. I have worked so hard, if I may say, locally. So now feel rewarded by having it on a global level. I'll say something. I won't mention the streaming platform. So there's a major streaming platform that left. Mm-hmm. Briefly, we hope they'll come back. That left. They gave us a kind of, they put eyes on us in a way that we really liked, but they left. But now, even after they left, you still have the eyes. Yeah. Imagine if we didn't have Facebook, what would have happened? Yeah. And now, the way entertainment is going, it's possible we're even coming. We're no longer...
Yeah, now vertical.
We're coming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the opportunities are endless, if not for platforms like Facebook. Some people, their entire livelihood
is from...
Yeah. So it's no longer about the big names anymore. The big names are important, but now it's like a collaborative support from both the big names, both the small names, both the medium names. All hands are now on deck. So if you position yourself well, if you have something of value to bring, there's always a way for you.
Nice. What was your first ever non-church, like public role, something that went on? What was the first thing you did that went on TV?
Super Story.
Really? What year was that? Do you remember?
Yes, 2000. It was right after I had tried beauty pageantry in 2003. So it was at the end of that year. I didn't win, of course. I didn't even come top. Most beautiful girl in Nigeria, I was top 10. So me, I'm always frank and honest with myself. So in fact, actually, as soon as I saw the winner, I knew that was her.
Oh, stop.
I kid you not. The only thing I said was...
She said,
I saw her. And then I looked around well to be sure that she's the one.
Such a mistake.
Then I said, that's the winner. It was even one of those days where we were in the hall. Yeah. You know how young girls would be in the hall, hopefuls, all of us wanting to be she was like a swan. She walked in the neck. She was graceful. I think her name, if I remember, I wouldn't be sure if it was Chineye Ochuba's set or the year before. If it wasn't Chineye Ochuba's set and I missed the name, it would be so painful, but she's beautiful. She walked in tall, graceful, and I was like,
you just knew that.
I looked at my height and my small feet and I was like, this is the winner. And then I looked around and I said to myself, the only thing I prayed, I said, I do hope when she does open her mouth, that she then has, as beautiful as she looks, that I'm hoping that she carries the same with her person.
Yeah.
And when she opened her mouth, she did have it. And I was like, Kehinde, just go and find something else. Secretly myself, but I didn't say anything. So it was the end of that year that I started acting.
Did you do any other pageants?
Trust me, I never give up. I went back for Miss Commonwealth. At the end, am I switching it? Miss Commonwealth was 20, I can't remember now. I've mixed them up. It's been a while. So one was Miss Commonwealth anyway of the pageantry, and the other was Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria. So I did one more, and that I made top 5, and I also was Miss, I represented Ogun State. It wasn't Miss Congeniality. I was not that friendly. I was serious about the crown. I was very serious. Somebody else got Miss Congeniality for being very friendly. I think if I remember well, she's from, even now she's in the industry. I remember, I cannot forget her name. One of the ladies then that also stood out, Enifome Emedetot. I would never forget. Some of these things just stay.
Yeah.
She was also very graceful and very beautiful. So I think there's also a spirit that helps you to accept and chart your own journey. See, if you have a spirit that celebrates others, that once you see it, you recognize it and you respect it. It's like God has spread things across everyone.
Like, you know that.
Why would I be fighting?
This isn't mine. Like,
Yes, it's because you're a good person. Because me,
first of all, you can't. Let me tell you why you can't do a beauty pageant. The friends you have. Once you announce that you have to do a job.
I wouldn't even accept it. Once they don't call me my name,
I'll just say
when they say third, because I'm a champion.
It's better you go for Rhythm Unplugged.
Once they call third, I'll say yes, no problem, because I'm the winner. They call second, I don't hear my name, I'll start frowning. By the time they call the winner, you just start hearing no.
No, you won't do it. I'll
just be like Portable. What very minute? I will start shouting. I won't accept it. I will scatter the whole thing. I will cry until they give somebody thought with somebody.
I can't do. My ego is too fragile for such a thing, because if I place faith, to be fair, actually no. If you come top 10 most beautiful girls in Nigeria, apart from those 9 people, the rest of you cannot talk to me now. My dear, if you are not 1 to 9, I'm finer than you. They've said it. You had the list. One now.
No, it wasn't the beauty. Even making top 10, if anybody walked away thinking, oh, I'm feeling fine, sometimes it could just be how smart you appeared or how quick you were to answer a question.
What they wrote there. Okay. If you want to be smart, go for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Let's hear one. What they wrote there. That's actually, do you know what? I love people who try things.
Yes.
I think it's very, very important in life to and see now you have a story to tell, to just have things that you're doing. Like one time I had a business selling ice block.
Ice. So that's fantastic.
It wasn't fantastic at all. She really put herself where she had no business being. Can we just stop? Let's say what it is.
But it's not a thriving business.
Not for her.
I don't want to say why. We all know why.
No, it was indeed thriving for others. Others thrived. And it's because they were thriving that I thought I could also thrive. But just like what you said, that there's a spirit where once me and my crew arrive at the market and gauge that others have already sold all their ice. This is 5 a.m. I'm just getting here. I saw that this is not for me. This business, I can make it.
Life has a way of showing you. No, I didn't mean you. I mean generally.
No, you showed that. Don't worry.
Like for me now, it was when I wasn't sure. There were times also, even though I went into that acting, I wasn't sure. But what reassured me was my twin sister, Taiwo. She, in fact, that first audition I attended, she was the one that said, Kehinde, I think you should attend this acting audition with Wale Adenuga Productions. Oh, she was already on Binta and Friends. It was a series they had then. And she said,
Binta, my daughter.
She said, go for this one. And I did. And and she's hardly ever wrong. Hardly ever.
What was your early career, the big thing that came for you? Like a role you landed that you thought, no, I'm an actor. Like this is.
How early are you talking? When I was really young?
Yeah, when you were really young. Like not now. Like What was
it was Super Story.
Really?
I was a household name. I loved it. I mean, imagine what a young girl I was.
Everybody watched Super Story.
I was a kid and like people would recognize me. Once people hear, it's a super story. Thursdays, they will run home. That makes me feel proud. Yeah. They were running home and I was on their screen everywhere in the country. We didn't have so many things. Media was not. That was the only going on. One or two or three things were the only things we were watching. So if I hear that music, I'm like, there's just a pride. It was my first, and I must acknowledge the Wale Adinga Productions for that. It was my first, and to date, I still have an attachment to it.
I thought Super Story was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I wonder what it would be like watching it now, but I really enjoyed it at the time. Yeah, I also saw that in Papa Aja School, another grand and phenomenal show.
I was briefly.
Yes,
I didn't feel I was caught up for comedy. I didn't last with it.
Yeah,
I was too serious. Yes. So when he invited me and said, "Now we want you to be on Papa," I was like, "Sir, me, sir." Yes. You're going to play. In fact, we have 23 episodes. I was like, "Sir, like I was hoping. I was young. I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So I was hoping I'm not funny, and I was on there. I did my best, but if you inside, I was like,
this thing is not.
I was too serious for it. I think so. I don't think I did more than 2 of that, maybe one season or 2, and I was out.
Okay.
And I was out. In fact, I rather was making mood music for them, background music, because I was also producing the music in the series.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was rather doing the back thing than I didn't see myself in comedy like that as at then. But now I believe I could.
You want to take on comedy roles?
I have already started.
Yeah.
Softly. I've already started easing into it. Yeah, I have. But before now, if you tell me I would do comedy, I'll be like...
You wouldn't agree.
I hope it's not some kind of pride. I don't know. I just feel I'm not cheesy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like making a lot of people laugh has to be organic. I have to really be funny.
Yeah.
But if I'm making an effort, I don't know. I really don't think about comedy that much. I'm too serious, I think. But now, it's one of the things I'll be doing.
I think you can do it. I think you have it.
Yes, you guys are very honest.
I actually think, no, I'm not. If you didn't have other sense of it, I think you have it. I think it's people who don't understand that, like, you can't force it, that shouldn't do it.
I think maybe you won't be able to do, like, slapstick.
Oh,
but
no,
I think they're like
timing, like
just dry wit.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do that one really for sure. So. It's the design of the character that matters. I think you'll be able to do. You can't do a caricature of a character and like someone that has to act with their whole body. And maybe if you feel silly, you won't be able to do it.
I was shocked one time at the Lagos Theatre Festival. I had a one-man show, they call it, but now one-woman show. Man and woman too has to be. So I will not say one-man show, one-woman show. And people were laughing. I was like, it was funny, but she was talking about her, was called Chronicles of Yarisi. She sells food. So she was telling all her escapades. People were laughing. I was like, my face was strong. And as I was narrating everything, so as they were laughing, me, I was enjoying myself. I was like, okay, means, well, it's a funny show.
Yeah.
So that was it.
You take the role seriously, so you do it to the best of your abilities. If it's meant to be funny, that's why they're laughing. Yeah. Okay, so for someone who's been in the industry for 2 decades now, plus actually, because you started when you were a teenager.
Yes. Over 20, maybe 25 years now. Yeah, this is 2026.
Yes.
So 24 years now.
Yes, for such a long time. The nature of connecting with an audience has changed.
Yes,
because you started off where terrestrial TV was so huge and everybody had limited options.
Like we could just watch you. You couldn't really...
It was very different in how the world between an actor and their audience was very, very different. And then we started moving into the digital age and information was disseminated. People were able to choose what they wanted to watch in a different way. Like we were able to see different stories, connect with actors and actresses in much more different ways. There are new actors who are thinking about starting off a career. They're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. How would you talk to them? Because you've seen different iterations of connection. How would you talk to them about connecting with an audience or building a community? And given who we're working with today, how long have you been on Facebook and how have they helped you build or connect with your community?
So I'll say I'll take it bit by bit because the question was like a full one. So first off, a company made it quite easy for us to have a community in the first place. They were the first I knew of Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
And
Same actually.
Same.
That was the start of it. I found friends.
Most of us had.
My best friend from secondary school. I found people.
Yeah.
People I was worried about. I was wondering where they were, Then we found also differences that were not so different. It was just like a place where we could all come together and just share things. It was, at first, there was this shock, like, oh, this person now looks like this now. In fact, it took a while for me to maybe recognize some of my friends. I'm sure they too probably would have had it a bit difficult to recognize me, maybe except for TV.
Yeah.
So they first of all removed that barrier.
Yeah.
That's what that community does. To remove that shock of feeling like that person is a stranger.
Yeah.
They first of all did that. You see, they're easing us into the new media gradually. We were on TV. I started when nobody can feed you back.
Yeah.
If you're performing, you can't know whether people are liking it. You can't know what people think about you, except when you meet them on the road and they'll say, Caro, you're so wicked. And they'll slap you and you're like, no, it wasn't really me. It was just a job, But now they can now have an opportunity to see you in your real life. So that first of all, I jumped on Facebook. I think I've been on Facebook now as long as definitely over, how long now? I'll remember and I'll say specifically. And I'm sure it was as soon as we all were aware of Facebook. And I noticed that people started getting familiar with the fact that I'm not a bad egg. I'm not whatever role it was I was playing. Because I was also young. Yeah. That thing they were doing was weird for me. Where they would see me and think that what I'm acting is the real.
Character,
Yes, it was difficult for me. So me now having an opportunity to post myself, just smiling on my profile alone was a happy thing for me. Then before you know it, my friends list got full. Before Facebook now allowed us to have public, it was so quick to fill up. That made me feel loved. So they did a lot of things for me that I didn't have anybody to do.
Yeah.
Remember also the industry wasn't like, oh, you would have counseling, you would have, they just throw you out there, act the role, and then you deliver it. And then it was, I remember her name now. I remember there was this policeman season we had, Corporal Francis. It was played by Wale Adebayo Shango, the Shango guy. And the policeman was so bad, and I was his girlfriend. Everywhere we went, it took it. I kept trying to let people understand that it's just a show.
Like, I'm actually not.
It was difficult, but Facebook eased me into that.
Yeah.
People would come and just drop endearing comments. I was like, oh, okay. Then they would say, oh, I didn't even know you were in. And then I could now tell them other things I was doing.
Right.
So they saw me differently. If I had the opportunity, I could cook there. Facebook advanced over time.
Yes.
Initially, you couldn't post more than a certain number of pictures. Yeah. You had an album. My God, I flooded that album.
That album.
They were my twin sister. I showed them my sister. I showed them my family. So that, first of all, gave me people that were really mine. They were not strangers. They knew me.
Yeah.
And from there on, that started. So you were saying for those who are trying to do something now, how do you build an
audience?
So they're trying to become actors or they're building their career as actors and they're trying to figure out how to connect with an audience or build a community.
They should just put themselves out on the platform. The platform is there. In fact, also with the way they do this algorithm thing now, it helps you to know what they like. It helps you to know what you've done that makes them follow you. It helps you to know what you're doubting. If you're feeling some type of way about some content you're putting out, they tell you by not telling you. They tell you by the way you see the views, the comments, the likes. In fact, it's like the easiest way. Back then, if you wanted to be an actor, you will have to go to the audition. And right there, before you see they've pasted outside the door that this audition has now been moved to April something.
You have to
and you came all the way from, I came all the way from uni or something, all the way from school. You will reach there before you. But now we don't have that anymore. Yeah. On the palm of your finger,
you can check, you can have all the information.
You can have all the data about how you're doing. You can chart your finances. You can say, you can project and say, if I'm making this much with Facebook, if it's monetized, by so year, you can plan. You can save. Oh God, it's amazing now.
I was going to ask you like some ways that you engage your community, because you were just telling me that you've given your as a super fans a name on Facebook.
Yes, Kehinde Giants. Yes, I do have a name now for my super fans, Kehinde Giants.
Oh wow! So what do you? How do you interact with
How
them?
do you interact with your community? Because there's the wider world in general, but then there's your actual community.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There's hardly time. That's one thing I suffer now, time.
Yeah.
But since I don't have time, I'm planning on putting a structure together that allows that my community now comes closer.
Yeah.
I've been understudying someone. I don't want to mention her name because this podcast, I don't think is all about all of these name droppings. So I've been observing how this lady has managed her community. I like it. And it's a way to give back. You're not just there where people are, so to speak, idolizing you, liking you, and you're just there. You're not giving anything back. So the dilemma often is how to be a bridge to, we are on a side where we have access to a lot of things.
Yes.
How can we be a bridge to get things across to people who are loyal, who are followers? You get products sometimes that you can't use all the products from brands you want to give. So this thing, just find a bridge. So I'm figuring out how to get that done. But so far, how have I been doing it? I keep as close an eye on the comments as much as I can. In fact, I spotted a fan, more than about 3 or 4 that are quite loyal.
Yeah.
To a point that at their wedding, they had to ask me to be a part of it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. This person comments on Facebook. There's a way if you link your Facebook to your other social
Instagram,
media,
Yes.
I would see him everywhere. Legendary Prince, that's the name I wouldn't forget. To a point that we became family, so to speak, that by their wedding, I was a part of that. You could not have that without having a community you trust.
Yeah.
And how is the trust built? Is because Facebook hasn't come and left like so many. We've had so many people that but what is done is rather than leaving or whatever, it's just sort of like adjusted to the times.
Yeah.
It's very apt at just readjusting itself. And me, I'm not really crazy about social media, but I've noticed that they've made it easy.
Yeah.
So what I do currently is to just keep close to the comments, engage as much as I can. And if there's anyone the only thing I don't know how to handle, I still don't know how to handle that, is maybe when people reach out personally.
Yeah, directly to you.
I get overwhelmed with that. But when it's out there, I can, push it back and see it and attend to it. It's amazing, but I'm taking it to a new level before the end of this year. Well,
so Kehinde, I see people have much to look forward to.
Yes.
And you're even seeing now that a lot of content that is created on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, that is how people are now entering the industry.
Yes.
As opposed to what you were saying of having to go to auditions. Now your own kind of platform, your own personality or whatever.
You resume to your office online every day.
You can use that to cross over.
Yeah, and you can also build an ecosystem that works for you.
Yes. Customize things to what you can do, your gift, your talent.
Exactly. Your capacity, your interest level, how far you can travel and all those things. You have a different opportunity to create a career in media that suits you, which may not have been an option a decade ago or 20 years ago.
In fact, to a point that if you don't speak English, now words can be typed in English.
Yes.
If you don't speak Spanish and you'd like this to translate what you're saying in Spanish, it does. So you can reach a lot of people with your services or your goods or whatever it is you have.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the way you've chosen what to work on, because you are highly sought after.
Amen.
And
you work a lot.
And you work a lot.
But
you're still very selective.
Was not last week that you posted one of that film? What's happening again?
But you're still selective. And it's not private knowledge, because it's not my full-time thing, but I write and I ask people about don't you think this person should play? And every time your name comes up, they'll be like, she doesn't do everything. She won't just say, well, I want to do everything. She's very, very selective. And that has the benefit of people trusting. They see your face on something and they trust that they're going to have a good time. But I wanted to ask, how do you choose what to work on as somebody who's been acting for a very long time, and you want to maintain a level of prestige, but you still want to reach a large audience? How do you choose what you work on?
Should I be honest?
Yes, please.
Sometimes I'll choose for the power of the story. Sometimes I'll choose for money.
It's important. Please.
Sometimes I would choose for leverage, because sometimes the material is not what you're keen on, but it's going to travel.
Yes.
And so long as you're not thinking about yourself, I keep saying that thing. If you're thinking about yourself, you are not a problem. Feeding yourself is not a problem.
Yeah.
Getting your life sorted is not a problem. But if you have a bigger picture you think of that bigger picture and it propels you to make choices because you're making choices that you think will affect other people. Things. If you can manage to open a certain door, that's why I keep saying also, applauding other people's success is going to be good for everybody. Yeah. If one person can open one door,
then everybody can go through.
Because that one person will not be the face they'll be looking at forever. They'll get bored and ask for something else. And if you're not willing to recommend something else, they'll boycott you and get something else. So for me, the reasons I choose are some of those things. How can we get Nigeria in the face of the international presence, if that grammar is correct? How can we get Africa to stay, not just get into doors? How can we stay? What are the things we can choose to do? If I have a talent, rather than choose a local animation, I'm not dissing them or anything. If I do this local animation, it stays here within us. Yeah. But can we do a small part in an international thing? Can they see that? Where's she from?
Yeah,
oh, Nigeria.
This is what she can do.
Then they'll say, where are the rest? Because that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the army? You can't, one man cannot make a whole. So if you get the opportunity, sometimes work a little. You see that extra you put on ordinary goes a long way. Just that thing. Work a little bit to choose. So I choose things that I know can get global attention.
Yeah.
Mostly. Sometimes I choose stories that you just have to tell.
Yeah.
There are some stories somebody went through this.
Sister.
Oh my God, sister. Oh, thank you. You just want to. And then sometimes I'm like, did you mention that money again? Like, okay, pack all our bags. We are going. Because you have bills to pay. Yeah. So you have to find a balance.
Yes.
And then remember, you also have your personal life.
Yeah.
I want to stop that thing where I go to visit cousins and uncles and aunts and I don't know the name of the baby because I wasn't there for the naming ceremony. I just did because I don't know the name. I want to stop. So I want to be present in my family's life, my cousins, let me know what the name of the new baby in our family is.
Yeah.
You know, let me know. Not when I'm there, I'm like, baby. Oh,
so
I want to stop that.
Taking on less work or just being more picky about the work you do take on?
More picky, but we're getting to a point where I don't think there's any, because you want multiple streams of income, I don't think that time I was looking for, I can have it. I think it's just to now be intentional. With the little time you have, decide if you are going to have to cut off some friends and relationships that are not benefiting you. Check your contact list, start shortening everything down so that you can now maximize that time for your family, yourself, church, mosque, whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
So I think it's just now being intentional about things because we are going to be going, we can see the way the country and the world is going. People are doing things. Lots of things are going to spring up.
You can actually see what everyone is doing.
It's going to be a lot of surprises.
Craziest thing.
Yeah, and that will take a lot of time. So if you there's no way you're going to get around it. Just do what you need to do. And there are a couple of things I have lined up for the year that I know that it will be busy. So
anything you can tell us.
So I've been looking in business. Yes. First off, we made a film, myself and some investors, partners. Yes. And because I've been doing a bit of international work, I've not had time to really sit with it and finish it. But we're finishing. It should be in cinemas this year. Secondly, I'm now personally thanking my investors for your patience. I'm now personally going into business. I want to go into hair care, skincare.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And probably lingerie. Lingerie, underwear.
Hot to the touch.
Probably. So
we should have a talk about that.
No, you should actually talk to her about it.
No, this is like
the lingerie underwear thing.
We'll discuss. But please, hot to the touch. We have to stop that.
Okay, no, I won't ever.
So just like looking at, I guess, Africa Day and all that, what is you said it, but what would be your hope or dream for, African cinema? Let's say we are 1 year, 5 years down the line. Like, what do you want to see different or better?
The first thing, investments, more investments. We've been asking for it for a long time, but now it's more necessary than ever. Everybody is moving. We would love Africa to move. People are taking up spaces and spots with AI.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have anything that's ours currently. People are trying, even if it's a little bit of that they can grab.
Yeah.
In Africa now, do I know a particular country? I don't know. You might help me if there's any country that's gunning for a particular stake, even if it's small, to have something of theirs in AI? Or are we relying on everybody to finish and then we subscribe? Which is what, but I know there are a lot of startups now, young people who are really keen into things. I know if we have to rely on them, it might just take a while. The journey might take a while, but we will get there with the young startups. But I would really love that maybe on like the federal level, on like really as a nation or as a continent, Africa finds a stake in all the new things that are happening so that we're not just following things because we don't know where these things, are going. I believe even for those who know about AI, it's really been an intellectual struggle for them to decide where AI should stop and where real life should be. So how much more if you now don't know nothing, you don't have a stake? I'm hoping somebody will say I'm wrong and that Africa has something we're doing about that. For film, I love what social media is offering us now. Facebook, thank you. Instagram, we have a platform. We don't need to wait for anybody. You can open shop every morning when you wake up.
You can put out your content.
You can put out contents while you're figuring yourself out. You have somewhere. Better than not having anything. So with that, we're seeing it really going. You mentioned, I don't want to be the one to say, you mentioned we're going, something will be there for us. Of course, entertainment is going to go strong in that area now. Where vertical will have something strong for us. And we're ready for it. You'll be surprised. We're quite ready for it. So I'm not going to sound desperate or hopeless about us. We are awake, very awake. And we're very ambitious. A couple of countries in Africa are extremely ambitious. Like, watch out for us. In fact, sometimes I worry whether that's why a lot of other countries are scared to collaborate with us because we might take over. If we just have the kind of opportunity we're looking for.
No, they know.
Especially Nigeria. We're always in the forefront, and a couple of other African countries. So for me, to wrap the answer to that up, it is actually more of excitement. I am so eager to see and be a part of, and also to initiate. We should stop waiting for things to happen, to be a part of whatever new thing we're going to be able to get. But the only thing I'll still ask for again, finances, trust that people should invest more. But nonetheless, we're not waiting. So even if we get or we don't get, we're moving. It's just the only thing we don't like is when people find a way to get things to happen. Then later, they'll now realize, legislation should look into this. They'll now create
on the back end.
They'll now create some kind of admin over that thing that we've hustled to create. Why not have our government? It will be a good thing if our government should be involved from the beginning.
So that when you come back and say, give us taxes, we know you've earned it. When you say, give us this, you've given us the wherewithal to create things. So we know we do owe. So I'm not saying that taxes are wrong. They are completely right. But it would really be nice also that in the beginning like this, that we have, arms, the country's arms or the continent's arms lifting us up.
Like actually enabling and
I love that. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you so much. This was a bunch of fun.
This was so much fun.
No, I thought I was too serious.
No.
Please.
You stayed true to yourself and we had a great time.
Lovely boss. Thank you so much for coming.
You look beautiful as usual.
Thank you. Are you back set now?
Yes.
Wow.
They'll take me back.
Wow.
They'll take me back there. But please let me stay a little more. I don't want to go yet.
She's trying for us. Please be watching everything. I beg. It's not easy. It's not easy, please.
Oh no, look, I'm lying. I love it there. Oh, you're tired. You want a break?
Yeah.
And after 2 hours of the break, you're like, So
let's get back. Let's get back to this thing. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
for having me.
Congratulations on everything.
Yeah.
I will forever ever root for you.
Definitely.
All right, guys, as usual, you know what to do. Like and share and comment. Go and become one of Kehinde's giants on Facebook.
Yes. Go on Facebook and become one of Kehinde's giants.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this little special with us and Facebook for Africa Day.
Thank you.
I hope the epitome of what they're talking about when they say made by Africa, loved by the world.
Hopefully. Happy Africa Day to you.
Happy Africa Day.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by Carousel Networks. We are your hosts, Faye Kemi, FK Abudu, and Jola Jules Ayeye. Our producer is Debbie Romeo. Our production associate is Oreoluwa Anibaba. Our social media manager is Remy Oluwole. Our cinematographer is Divine Nabuko. Our audio engineer is David Kenny. Our camera assistant is Abolade Uluyede. This fantastic episode is sponsored by Facebook, and our guest today is the one and only Kehinde Bankole.